One of the best grip you guys can use is this weave grip here. When you go with your hands, so usually you have a C grip in the leg, and you go with your hands, and you start to make a fist in front of the person's hips, okay? So what this arm does is very difficult to Musi using his feet against me, okay? So he has his knee, but it's very difficult to him using his feet, okay? And I start to apply pressure down close to the leg. So usually here he's gonna be framing, and I'm gonna looking for to try to always control his hands in first place, okay, if I can. So he's gonna be framing, I'm gonna try to always spin his wrist first. You look at the position of my legs, I'm not back here, where it's easy to hit low leg and regard. I'm gonna try to always be with my leg more close to the shoulder and my knee more towards his belly, okay? So this angle here is a little bit harder to the person replace the guard, okay? So there's nothing wrong in be back like this, but it's more, a better angle if you get here, okay? Now we're gonna looking forward to switch this grip to a reverse collar tie, okay? Understand that because your legs are closed, sometimes the person might try to scoop her leg, but if the person does, you guys can always cover the head. And that's a good thing for you from top, okay? So now when moves try to extend me away, it's difficult because I have control over the head, okay? Always keep that in mind, okay? When I go to a reverse collar tie, I start to pull his head close to his knee, and now I'm going to start to slide my knee out in order to start to go outside his legs, okay? So the weavy grip is very strong grip here. It's difficult to him push. Even if he's trying to extend me away here, I use the momentum to slide my knee all the way back. So in the beginning, my head's going to be on his shoulder. When I start to go outside, I keep the pressure on forward, and I switch to his hips to maintain his hips down on the floor. As soon as I get this angle here, look guys, I was here. When I get this angle, when I start to get diagonal with him, I arm limp and I start to go to arm block, and then I start to stabilize the pass. So in north south, okay? So very often in that pass, in the option number 2, when you guys start to get here, the person is gonna maintain a strong frame, and when you're not gonna be able to place your head on the hips. When you see this, most of the time, the person is gonna try to use your arm to get invert. And if he's going invert, if I let him finish the inversion, he probably is going to regard, okay? So every time that I see his hips coming up, and I cannot block his hips coming up with my head because his frame is strong here. In the moment that I get here, when his hips start coming up, I go to a limp arm, and I start to think about push his legs off the way, okay? So it's going to look like this. So as I go, he starts to go, and I start to push his legs away. Okay, I need to time it well when to release the hands that is between the legs. Because if I keep too long, he's going to use my arms to be able to spin underneath and get invert. Okay, he needs to use my arm to spin. I need to remove my arm from here. So I cut the corner with the shin slice. I see he's going invert, I arm limp, and now I throw the leg by, and now I stabilize the pass. Okay, I create a line on the shoulder, and I stabilize the position. Okay. And the last option, you're going to work the pass by. So maybe you're here, maybe you have a difficult time in getting the hands behind, or the person's frame is strong and now I go to a pass by. When I push his arm away, I look away, and I catch, getting underhook shallow here with my elbow inside. My elbow can never be outside in this position. My elbow has to be inside. I go to the semi-reverse collar tie, and now I shin slice. When I start to get behind, because I have this grip, if I be able to maintain him on his side, I can always go to a kimura, or most of the time, when the person keeps turning, you start to go behind, and you end up chest on the back. Now I kind of start to think about taking his back. Okay? I want you guys to work out 3. So I get here. So first one, I slide my knee over the shin. When I start to cut the corner, I switch my head position to his hips. When Moose try to bring the hips up now, it's very, very difficult. Now I go to arm limp, block the hips, and I stabilize the pass. If my partner has the hands inside like so, probably he's going to try to bring his knee inside. When I see that, I bring my hands inside, okay, to get it inside position. When I start to push now, it's difficult because there's a weight on it, okay? If you keep your hands here, the person can place the knee inside, or he can go to a sit-up escape. Okay, if I see the hands inside, I bring my hands inside and I block with my forearm. Now when you try to push, it's very difficult. Okay? And now you can start to slide through, and again the inside position, and now establish control. Okay? So make sure north-south, you have your shoulder on the person's hips heading in the opposite side to avoid the knees coming inside. Okay? Option number 2, I'm gonna do a little bit faster than number 2 because it's difficult to do slow, okay? When I go to a shin slice, and I see most hips coming up and I start to cut a corner, I go to arm limp and I throw the leg by. And then I stabilize. Your goal is try to maintain the person always between the legs. You guys can make any grips as long as you maintain the person between your legs. Okay? And the only way to win, if you lock a K-guard situation, let's say I re-guard, my partner make a mistake, start to stand up and I can get a K-guard here. If you get a K-guard, you win. Okay? Because when your legs are outside, it's not many controls that you can do. And one of the best control you can have is the K-guard here. Because now you have a leg lock in place, you can use the K-guard to attack the upper body, and you can entangle the legs. But just getting here is a win. Try to attach yourself on the leg, and try to get a K-guard. Or, if your partner make a mistake when you re-guard, and you see opportunity to lock the close guard, you lock the close guard, you win. Okay? To the person on top, you don't drop your knees. Try to maintain one knee always up. To defend yourself, don't let the person lock the close guard. Okay? So avoid the pads, use your frames. If you re-guard, try to get a K. If the person is attacking frame defending, don't let the person get there again. Or lock the close guard. Okay? On top, you start between the legs, but you need to go outside. You cannot pass chest on chest half guard. Okay? So you need to get outside. Best way is to get outside. Use this shin slice. Use the high leg over. High step. Okay? So maybe the person's tied here. Get a grip. I peel the grip off. I high step. Now I'm outside. Okay? Or using C grip to either trap the leg and go around, or use the C grip to weave the leg. And now can go around. Okay? So when you go outside, anytime that you link your hands in your partner's body, between the hips and the head, counts as a win. So you link your hands here, you link your hands here, you link your hands in the waist, the person turn, you link your hands here, anywhere in the body, in the upper body is a win.